Hey, welcome back to Ant Legion. I am Silver Ninja, and we are going to go over the Alliance Tech today. What I recommend you research, some big pet peeves of mine, and just the overall scheme of it. So to start, if you're brand new to the game and you don't know where it is, you hit this Alliance button down here, and then you have Alliance Tech over here. This red number indicates how many free tech donations, well, free-ish, how many tech donations you have. I currently have 14 out of 20. And every 30 minutes, you get one more donation attempt that you can do. So I'll probably run out of, I just did an upgrade, so I'm completely out of fungus. So we'll have to go get some more. But now you can donate by whatever resource it calls for. You can also donate through diamonds. I don't get this up to 200 every day, but I did get a really good daily box not too long ago, so I have some extra diamonds. So I'm putting some extra into there. Maybe get it up to 50. I mean, it depends on how many diamonds you got, but anything that goes in here helps the entire alliance, including you. This tells you, please make donation towards Alliance Tech to earn tech points. R4s and R5s can change them out and change the hot button. We'll go up here. Those who finish within the top 10 each day can claim a rank reward. However, before you can do so, you will need to have earned at least 30,000 tech points, which most do. So, what to research? Well, if you're a brand new alliance, and you don't have any experience in this game, you're going to want to get the stuff you need to build your nests quickly. And that's going to be this kind of stuff here. Improved nest defense. So very recently we had the Alliance event Territory War. I like to call it Bug Attack because why not? And this can increase the rewards you get from that. And we can go look at that real quick if I remember. Here's the second row of these, so you get to increase your healing speed and such more. We have one more to go. So if you have a state that does a lot more battling, that might be a focus of yours, along with the Alliance pool cap. I would say as a new Alliance, you'd want to go through and get at least one level on everything. Just research one level on everything so you open everything up. And then after that, go back and decide what's best for you and your alliance. Even though I have encouraged it, there's not typically a lot of discussion. Unless I want something specifically researched, whatever R4 gets to it first, that's what we stick with. Unless I have a plan for what I want to research. Like right now, I want to max out Rally Vanguard. This increases your march speed. I'm going to go up another 3% when this one's done. And I feel that is very important to the level of our alliance because it will help with lure. We can get more attacks in. It'll help with many of our members go out raiding. And I do have a video on that if you don't know what that is. It's also great for getting to resource tiles faster and getting back from them faster. It's great for PvP and Conquest or attacking other players. So there's a lot of good to having an increased march speed. So every other research, I'm going to plop it on Rally Vanguard. What will we do next? Well, we just did haste damage bonus. So next one we'll probably do, let's see, we'll do the melee one because it already has a little start going to it. I actually changed it from melee over to Rally Vanguard. But we rotate back and forth. So that brings us to the next point. Do your best to always donate to the hot button. I, for example, don't have any fungus right now. I'm completely out. I could spend some diamonds. I could go collect on a tile. That would be the best way to do it. And or raid other nests that are untagged. Or if you're in attack state, I mean, do what you got to do. But if you're a battle state, I could say. So, always try to donate to the hot button. For one, you get, I think it's 10% more every time you hit the hot button. So every time I donate, because the hot button is here, I got times 5 plus 10% more on top of that. Okay? And that adds up quickly. And if everybody in your alliance that is active donates to the hot button, then everybody, then you'll get through it faster. We could get through 1.5 million in a day or two if everybody donated to the hot button. Still haven't really got everyone to do that, and you can't see who's donating to what, so you can't approach them individually. But you can tell when people are donating to things that are not the hot button, and I'll show you that here in a second. Even if, let's say, like haste. If we were to put it on haste, I'm a haste member, but we have plenty of members that are melee and ranged focused. So they're not going to say, I don't need haste, right? It does help a little bit on defense, but that's not something that they want to focus on. But what do we do when we're done with the haste? Well, then we move to ranged, and then we move to melee, or one combination thereof. We might do melee attack first, and then we'll move to ranged, and then we'll move to haste. So they'll rotate throughout them. Okay, and if I've been slowly watching this one build for about 1.5 weeks now. I don't know who's donating to it, but we only have like 5 melee players, so it's going to be one of those. But it's going to take them 2 weeks to get through this by themselves, and I might just let them do it that way. But if once the hot button's on there and everybody's donating to it, you can have it done depending on the level, 3 days easy, right? So that's I can't stress enough, donate to the hot button, okay? If you want a different hot button, bring it up in chat. Talk to the R4s. Have a discussion. Let's see. So if you show this real quick, if you're in the arena and you see a damage bonus, well, it's way down here at the bottom. So there's that. Now, as you can see, I do have one level here and one level here. We need that to open up the next stage. But to get into the pet peeves, somebody put in at least a week's worth of donations into the mover tech. Why? Because it's at level 1? That doesn't make any sense. Movers are garbage. They don't do anything but collect resources. When I am attacked, they are the first to die. So, and they're really slow even getting to resource tiles. So like if you have a resource tile 60 feet away, I'm going to take 10 minutes to get there. Depending, right? So you're better off, if you have the excess resources, just sending off melee or haste, right? In fact, I've seen some people create level 1 haste just to send them on tiles because they march faster, or range just for a little better load. So there's better ways of doing it. But even down here, this is 0 out of 10. Why is this halfway up? Again, a big pet peeve of mine. Movers are garbage. You don't ever have them in your rallies. And if I see movers during lure, I will dismiss that rally and send them back if they join mine. Because you can get 3 attacks versus 2 when you don't have movers, and when you have movers in there, right? So movers are literally one. I did the math. It's about 1 of the 2/3 slower than ranged or melee, and almost 3 times slower than haste. So don't use movers during lure, but because you can get more damage otherwise. So that's that. And the other thing, as far as pet peeves go, and what I don't recommend that you donate to, is going to be, besides movers, is there's no need to donate to Alliance food reserves, or leaf reserves, or water reserves. So this got 3 out of 10. And not because we ever had the hot button on there. We've never had the hot button on this. So somebody has wasted millions of donation points into the food reserves and the leaf reserves. And they're halfway through the water reserves. And they just started on the fungus reserves. I get some of you like civil, but there's no point. So we just dropped a water reserve. So what this does, increases Alliance water depot capacity. So the water depot can hold more, right? But it's not like we go through it in a day. In fact, let's go take a look. if I go over here to the water depot, hit view details, it currently has 30 million, probably had 31 to 32 million. I don't remember offhand, nor is it relevant. And I currently have a force going to collect just under 1 million, and it's going to take 10 hours to collect 1 million. And I activated it, and I didn't even activate a collect speed. But all of these people are doing the same. They're gonna take, you can get say 1 million per, right, for 10 hours, and that depends on your collection speed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 million. So this will take roughly 3 to 4 days to get through, right, depending on how that goes. And then we can just take literally 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, and drop another depot. So there is no reason to waste research points into the reserves, because we can just drop another one. So this is up to 1.2 million. So that's 3 million. That was 3 million for about 5 million points. That if it was put on the hot button, this would be done already, twice, right? And for that matter, most of our nests are at a high level. We're never going to drop a food depot. You don't need leaves after. You don't need very many leaves after level 22 nest. We're never going to drop a leaf depot. So you might need that in the beginning if you're a growing alliance, but after that you're all in either water or fungus. So the fact that these are level 2, almost both level 3, and this one's is irrelevant, because we're never going to use it. If I could reset them, I would, because we're never going to use those. Anyway, I'm rambling on purpose because it's a big pet peeve of mine. And hopefully something you in your alliance, just don't bother research unless you've got everything else maxed out. I don't see a point in it. If I had 100 members that were active in the food depot, okay, I might need another level or 2, so we don't have to change that every day. But that's a rare circumstance. And again, we don't need food or water depots. We're not going to place those. Let's see. So that's basically it for what I recommend you don't research. Oh, actually, I don't recommend going higher on this. So I'm pretty sure I know who it is, because it's one of 2 people that are donating to this because they feel it's important, and I don't understand why. And maybe because they just don't understand the mechanics in the same way that I do. But what does this do? It's going to add 2 more people who can participate in rallies. Okay, so we're currently at 18. This will take us up to 20. So we have 20 people in a rally. The problem is, it doesn't do anything predator nest. You can only fit 6 on there. I have the highest rally scale in our alliance currently, 1.6 million when I send my best formation. And that can only hold like 8 of our top members. And we need those in the spider event. We're not going to send 20, 18, or even 10 of our strongest, or 10 of our weakest members against anything. If you're going to rally against, let's say you're going to rally against a level 35 nest, and you want to send as many as possible, you still can only fit 8 of your strongest. You're not going to want to attack with 20 of your weakest, and they're just going to move anyway. Like, why would, unless they're out of the game, why would they just not, after you spent 5 minutes collecting all your people, and they just hit a direct relocate in 10 seconds. So there's no need for United Allies after you max out the first one. Not that one. You do need that, but this one, you don't need United Allies after. Probably didn't even need to max this one out. Okay, you do want to get to at least 10, and then after that, save it until everything else is maxed out. Right? These are maxed. These are maxed. Eventually, all these will be maxed. And then we can go back and do things like that. But I don't feel like it's really relevant to anything. We're never going to have 18 people on a rally. I'm a level 30 nest in a 1.6 rally scale. That's never going to get to 4 million to hold everybody. So, and believe me, I put a lot of work into my rally scale. All right, so now the next thing I want to look at is, as a leader, well, maybe I'll make a separate video for that. But just to give you a preview, I go into the rank, I go into tech donations, I see how many donations they've done, and I see how recently they've been active, and if they're at 0 or barely any, then I try to message them and let them know, please donate. Because that is a small price to pay for getting all of this, and all of this boosts to your nest. So, all right, well, we're going to end it there. And let's see, make sure, went over my pet peeves. Don't donate to movers. They're garbage. You definitely don't need more than the first one of United Allies. And it's up to your alliance, but guaranteed you're not going to need any more than 1 or 2 levels of this. And only more levels if you have, you're one of the top 5 alliances and you have a ton of members and you're getting through that in a day. If you're getting to your alliance tech and your alliance depot in a day, sure, add more. Guarantee you're not going to be going food or leaves though. So don't waste that. Donate to the hot button as much as you can. If you do not have the resources, try to get them. If you can't, then donate to something, something smart. None of these items that I just went over. So that is the end of that rant, and also hopefully some good advice for you in the Alliance Tech. And and last thing too, before I forget, very important. If you leave an alliance for any reason, let's say you're leaving to go to Stump, you're leaving to merge with another alliance, you're jumping state, or for whatever reason you want to leave an alliance, make sure that you donate all of your tech attempts first, because you will lose them. When you join a new alliance, you have 0 donation attempts, even if you had 20 to begin with. So the donation attempts don't follow you, but the coins do. So, nice little tidbit for hanging around to the end of this video. And I guess that's it. All right. What do you guys prefer to donate to? Where are you guys heading? Have you opened up these lovely little items at the bottom? Anything you think I got wrong? Or you think is, you have an alliance way longer than I have and you think is more beneficial? Please let us know in the comments. Have a great day, and remember to keep it fun.